I usually don't like to put down my visions that I've had on this channel, and for the very main reason is a lot of the things that I've been given about this time is not good. It's not encouraging. It doesn't make you feel like, so I also believe that our word creates. So when you speak something, it can set it to the universe. So the things that I have, and all other thing I can say is they're prophetic, the visions that I've been given. I am not a prophet, but I have been given, throughout my life, scenes of what was going to happen today, what we're seeing today. And so I don't typically like to bring it up all the time because, am I setting things in motion by speaking? But I'm going to tell you what I see what's happening now from what I've been given. And I'm going to talk about the 15-minute cities. That, whenever you'll see, I'll start putting a whole bunch of stuff down. That's pretty much has to do with that this is in line with what the Spirit has told me from visions that I've been given. And the 15-minute cities, what they're trying to do right now, I was given a vision. And this is when I get visions. They come in 3 packs at least, or they will not go away until I speak about them. Of course, I did speak about them back when this happened, so they stopped, but I had this in three dream pack. And that was, actually this one went on for weeks and weeks. And it was showing me the lockdown in the cities. And I think this is kind of cool. And I never really understood this until last night when I was thinking it over. Because in my vision, I had a classroom of 20-something people that I was teaching, but we were teaching in secret. And we were teaching self-defense and how to get out of the city. I was leading a group of people from one area to another area, but what we were doing is we were leading them from underground because their sensors that they had set up was not underground. So we were going to like the underground parking and basements, and we were traveling through the city through tunnel systems that were ancient and probably had to do with the mud floods in Centralia. I know that Edmonton has a huge underground system that goes all over the downtown area. Pretty much all of the major buildings are attached in this underground area. Now, whether this was what it was, but for some reason we could travel there, and we used our phone to sense where we were because we were looking to see whether there was any connection. And if there was any connection to our phones, then we knew we couldn't go. So it had to be that there was a dead phone. So we were using them. We were using our phone as a flashlight because it was pitch black. And in this vision, I could hear soldiers, and I knew that they had weapons. We're seeing this being set up. This is already a reality. This vision is a reality in some parts of the world with these 15-minute cities where it is dangerous. And we know what happened in China during this period of time, that many people died in their first 15-minute city in Wuhan when they locked everybody in the building. So we're talking about serious. So this vision that I was given is being fulfilled today. The only thing I can say is that it's a prophecy that is happening as we speak. And I've been given showing that it's going to get pretty bad before it gets better. And it really has to do with, see, this is where I don't like to because the main message I've been given, along with given these kind of things that we're going to be locked down camps, where it just makeshift camps where people are going to be rounded up and the soldiers are going to be against the actual people. And there's going to be a war here. Like, there's going to be ground war where there's going to be bombing, and this is here because when I had those visions, they had armbands in Canada, and I know that other people have had the same visions of the same kind of sceneries with armbands, which is kind of strange. That seems to be what God allows us to see, so that we know that we're not looking at another country. And the other ones, another girl that I know that was having very similar ones, hers was the United States, because that's where she was. So this is probably coming, and I hate to say for sure, because nothing has stopped what my vision said is going to happen over the past 3-5 years that I've been looking at things. I haven't really spoke about a lot of this, but nothing has stopped. Everything is coming to fruition of these prophecies. Like I said, they're not mine. I'm not a prophet, but I have been given, like many other people, visions of what's about to take place, what is happening, and what the future will bring. But I will say, when I've been given those, because they're hard to live through. They're so real and they're so hard to live through. But I've been also given that to have no fear, to always walk with faith, to always know. And every time that my life starts to get really chaotic, I'm reminded of that. That no matter what, it will not affect me. I will be a watcher. Basically, I will be a watcher. And it will not affect me. And it truly has been like that. Like, emotionally, things have affected me, but physically, I've really been through this whole time where it hasn't affected me. And at the end of the day, there will be people that will fade, in the sense that they will never get it. Their consciousness will fade almost into nothingness. But those who are the light, who are the heart, who are the ones that, if you want to call them chosen, truly are the only ones that will really understand any of this, who will, the ones who fade never have a connection to the holy. And those who have a connection to the holy are not lost. They cannot be lost throughout this time, no matter what trauma they're going through, or what war or hell that they're going through. They cannot be lost. The other ones that I've seen, and I've seen them fading, literally fading in my visions, where they become translucent and literally go off into nothingness. The vision could be because they're not necessarily real in the first place, or like a hologram kind of person. But the ones that truly have the spirit are living beings. They cannot be lost. Nothing can happen to you during this time. Nothing can harm you. Nothing can harm you physically or spiritually. But it can definitely harm you emotionally. So be careful with your emotions. Be careful with allowing fear to overwhelm you. And you're probably wondering, how could I do that in a situation like that? You can. You can, because you got to remember that you always are walking. You have spirit beings that are with you, that are protecting you, that are holding you. You have the Holy Spirit that is surrounding you. You just have to be cognizant of that. You have to know that you are a holy being, as the Hakamani said. Oh, actually, it was the Dead Sea Scrolls right in the beginning. I think it was in the truth and for getting close, and know that the Spirit is in you. And even if you have fear, your Holy Spirit, all of those things have to do with that you're one of the chosen, because those are only coming to those who are being awoken right now. So be joyful about that you are awoken, that you are being guided, that you are being protected, that you're being sheltered. Even if your life seems like it's out of control, stop and take a moment to see how you are being protected. Count your blessings. It's really hard to do that in times of stress. But that's what we all have to do. We all have to count the things that we've been given and praise this life. Praise what you've been given. Praise that you are given these experiences, that you were able to have your spirit grow, and that you are able to reach out and touch God, and know that He is surrounding you. I guess this is my message, and I would leave it at that. But blessings to all.